I am ready to go. Let's fucking do this.
It's funny.
Sorry. That's the wrong one.
Go! Just hit it!
It's a show by Chris and Neil with all great movies. They are the real deal. We watch them all, so you don't have to. It's movies that don't suck and some that do.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of our ages, because I'm not going to let kids listen to this. I don't think kids should ever listen to our show.
And you know what?
You agree?
Yeah, I agree. But now, like, I don't know, half our audience just dropped off.
Oh my gosh.
We'll talk about kids later, though.
Welcome to a new episode of Movies That Don't Suck and Some Do. My name's Neil.
And I'm Chris.
And today we got two movies that are out there in the movie viewing world for you. First, we are going to talk about the Netflix film directed by one of the Gyllenhaals.
Maggie.
Which one?
Maggie
Gyllenhaal. Is she older or younger?
I want to say she's younger.
Older?
They're both.
Is she younger?
They're both very attractive, though.
Yeah, the Gyllenhaals. We get it. I see them. First, starring Olivia Colman.
I just wanted to give you the annulment forms and sort out the annulment.
Sounds pretty convincing. Plus, it's actually true.
Are you okay?
Yeah. Oh, I shared a couple of joints with Jez while I was waiting, so...
I've really got to stop getting stoned so much. Although it is kind of brilliant.
So, yeah, I'm smoking again.
I'll finish the bit of hash I have left at home tonight, then that's it forever.
Okay, quick question about hash.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah, but is it more prevalent in Britain? I hear a lot of people in Britain talk about hash all the time. So I just...
It's more potent,
yeah,
and it gives you a shit ton munchies, man. It like you really get the munchies.
Okay.
If you're having problems eating food,
are they selling hash in Oklahoma?
Yeah.
Okay,
they sell
oil.
pretty much.
Yeah, okay.
Pretty much. They pretty much, if it's got THC in it, dude, they pretty much sell it here.
Just so you know, my brother is now commenting on here. He's just doing that part of our song. To totally do that one, like. Yeah.
But anyway, all right. And then coming up, also in this movie is Jessie Buckley.
I'd like to make a toast to my family for everything you've done for me. I forgive you.
Okay, that's yeah.
Every one of her speeches, no matter what I found for a clip,
there was just
like that. It's that same pace.
Yeah, just
that same pace.
I mean, ellipsis at the end of everything.
Yeah, I love her. Great actress. She was great, and I'm thinking about leaving. I think was
thinking about ending things.
Ending things. I'm thinking about ending things. Yes, and then the everybody loves favorite BDSM chick in the world. Dakota Johnson.
Of all the songs about California, this is not the one that I would pick.
Okay.
Joni Mitchell's California, maybe. Or Going Back to Cali, or California Dreamin'. They're all way better than that.
California Love.
Yeah.
Zeppelin's Going to California.
That's an amazing song.
Okay. Hotel California. What's wrong with Hotel California?
Well, the Eagles are hokey. And Don Henley is a very mean man.
Okay.
Randy Meisner almost died of a stomach ulcer because the band hated each other so much.
This is a great clip you picked for her.
Yeah, right. I was trying not to pick one of the 50 Shades she did
because she's a good actress. She's not really good just to that.
That one popped up and I was like, "What is this? This is a great scene."
Yeah, it's a good scene. Yeah, I don't know anything about the movie. It might be a shitty movie, but it's a great scene.
Yeah. To be honest, I've never seen the movie either, and I can't even remember the name of it right now.
The music, something.
Yeah. And then the awesome, always great. This was so hard to pick one of his scenes.
Oh yeah, there's so many
because there's so many good. He delivers some of the best scenes. What was he in? Ed Harris, we're talking about, who's in what? Apollo 13.
Pollock.
The Rock,
yeah.
Westworld is the one I picked for him, and this is Ed Harris.
You know why you exist, Eddie. The world out there, the one you'll never see. was one of plenty. A fat, soft teat people cling to their entire life. Every need taken care of, except one. Purpose. Meaning. And so they come here. They can be a little scared, a little thrilled, enjoy some sweetly affirmative bullshit, and then they take a fucking picture and they go back home.
Yeah, from Westworld, like you said.
Yes, and the movie that we're talking about is Maggie Gyllenhaal's first movie as a director, writer, The Lost Daughter. Then the second movie that we will be talking about tonight is the big sexy movie of the weekend. We all know you went and seen it because you knocked Spider-Man out of its #1 spot for the first weekend since Spider-Man has been out. It is Wes Craven's Scream, first with the lovely Courtney Cox.
You didn't give me a clip for Courtney Cox.
Oh, I didn't give you Courtney. You're right. Nev Campbell.
You did give me Nev Campbell.
It's funny. It's one of the first things I noticed about you, Sam. You like to cruise.
Susie.
You take college, for instance. I bet the only classes you took were the ones where the finals were all multiple choice. And you never bought the book. You'd always find some girl to loan you hers, and then of course you'd have to fuck her after that, right? Is that how it went?
Is that how it went?
Is that how that went? That's from Wild Things, one of the greatest movies of all time.
I mean, it's a classic, right? And it's where everyone was like, everyone's like, I want to get with Nev Campbell. That's what that movie. Tell people.
Melissa Barria.
You owe me a bottle of cold champagne.
Are you moving?
Just a little credit check and I'm on that downtown train.
Well, your coffee's on the house.
Okay.
It's not the Escarole.
No way. I'll see you later, so.
She'll see you later, so. That's from In the Heights.
Her award-winning scene in The Heights. Yeah, because she's in The Heights. But then literally the only thing she's ever done in English or in any kind of speaking part that I could find.
Oh, yeah.
But she is the main protagonist in the new movie that we're talking about. And also Jack Quaid, of
This
course.
is just so weird. I mean, the other day, what was it, 3 days ago? You just seemed so normal, you know? And now it's just...
No, I'm a freak.
No, that's not what I meant at all. I just meant, I wasn't getting Beyonce vibes, but now that you don't have them.
Yeah.
And then the one, the only, the great, one of my favorite, funniest men of all times, the Law himself, David Arquette.
I know how this is gonna sound, but you have to believe me. I swear it's the truth. Our town is being attacked by giant spiders. We need military intervention.
This is emergency services, sir, not dial-in.
This is not a crank
I'm
call.
hanging up on
Don't
you,
hang
sir.
up on me, lady. Please, please! It's an invasion! They're here! They're here!
Yeah, from Like Freaks. Real quick, what was his wrestling name? Was it The Law?
The Law was actually from the movie,
okay,
known as Ready to Rumble.
What was his wrestling name? Like, I know he did wrestling.
No, it's just David, the Magic Man, the Magic Man, David Arquette. And he like shoot little like streamers out, but not when he did the WCW thing.
Yeah,
when he got.
But he's a real big wrestling fan, right? Like.
Oh yeah, and he actually there was a documentary just a year or two ago called "You Cannot Kill David Arquette," where he went back into the world of wrestling and almost died from being cut open from a hardcore match he was in.
Yeah, so that's a Scream 2022 Scream, the first one without Wes Craven, but they did a bunch of things like Halloween and then just Scream, like the original name, just to make people to come back. Because I think the last Scream was 11 years ago, 12 years ago.
10 years ago.
10 years ago. Okay.
Yeah. Where can they find us?
You can find us on moviesonsuck.net. We're on Facebook.com/moviesonsuck podcast. We're on Twitter at MTS Podcast. We're on Instagram at MTS Podcast. You can also, if you guys want shirts, go to our bonfire, or do bonfire, search Movies Don't Suck, and some of you, you'll find like a bunch of shirts and stuff. Yeah. um, and also, if you guys want to use some money, go to Patreon.com/News Don't Suck. You guys can throw us free shekels. Maybe you'll get some bonus content. And I know if you're like a member, you get a shirt, like an exclusive shirt. You can't get anywhere else. And
yes, we have shirts, we have T-shirts, we have money, we have things, we have cocaine, drugs. I'll do some drugs.
Okay, go for it. And now we're also on all streaming platforms, or downloading it. Where you find podcasts, kind of Movies Don't Suck is something to do. Also, if you want to send us an email, info@moviesdon'tsuck.net or moviesdon'tsuckpodcast@gmail.com. It's not
100%. Yes. And talking about businesses, let's talk about a business today that I guess, Chris, you're a fan of?
Yeah, Service in Johnny, Kansas. Service Brewing.
Yeah. Service Brewing Company. Now, Service Brewing Company produces the high-quality beer that is fluid and dynamic, flavorful, and ever-evolving. They have always tried new things and reinventing themselves and their beer. The first Kansas brewery owned and operated by a female head brewer.
Yep.
Now, not only that, but coming up January 29th, they are going to have Peanut Butter Day. Peanut Butter Day. They're releasing 6 beers that are peanut butter flavored.
They're always doing different flavors. They have, like
Chris.
Yeah.
That day, I have a big Royal Rumble party going on at my house, so I cannot come up there for that. But I need you to go down. Man, the peanut butter marshmallow, I definitely got to try that. Peanut butter bacon, all of them. Peanut butter banana, peanut butter jelly, peanut butter. Yeah, can you just pick me up a 6-pack of man? Because this sounds great. I really have been reading.
They got all kinds of beer. Like every time I go there, I get a flight because there's so many different flavors. So
gosh. Well, Service Brewing Company, guys, you can find them at 10921 Johnson Drive, Shawnee, Kansas, 66203. Or you can look them up at Service Brewing Company, which is spelled SERVAES, Brewing Company.
If you guys want, you can go ahead and shoot me a message. I'll come have a beer with you. You guys
dude, I'll come have a beer. They sound great, dude. I seriously do want to try those.
Next time you come to KC, man, we'll definitely go there. How about that?
Oh yeah, definitely. Okay. And we gotta hit them up and say, hey, can you brew up a batch of the peanut butter? I want a batch of the peanut butter beer.
Yeah, who doesn't, man? It's good. We got through all the clips. I was like, do we get through all? So that's Service Brewing Company. It's down here in Shawnee. I'm pretty happy.
Yes. In fact, let me talk about a beer real quick, too. Okay. I think this is just hilarious. All right. So this is my story for the week since we've only not seen each other for 3 days. There's a liquor store that I go to coming back from the studio, and I have to go pick up random beers because they have a huge beer selection. And the place is called Park Hill Liquor Store. Now, while I was there today, they have a new beer called
No Parking?
Park Hill's Parking Problems. Because their parking lot is the worst parking lot I think I've ever been. It is you know how you go into there's bars that you go into and it's just a bar and a little wall and then there's a bathroom in the back and that's it. That's the whole bar. Well, that's what their parking lot's like. It's just there's parking spaces and there's maybe enough space to back out.
Right.
If the car next to you didn't park weird or whatever, and then trying to get out, the exit of their parking lot literally goes onto one of the busiest roads in all of Tulsa. Well, so to try to get out is ridiculous. And so this is Anthem Brewing Company. This is the company that makes the Golden Blonde that I always drink.
Oh yeah, okay.
And literally the backs of it says, "Congrats, you found a parking space. Did you work up a thirst while waiting for a space to open? You deserve a pat on the back and to park your butt in a chair and enjoy the easy drinking lager with a hint of lime from Park Hills and Anthem Brewing."
So, did anything happen since Sunday? When I spoke, what happened? Oh, you went to Raw, right? You Monday? You went to.
Oh, I did go to Raw. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, I went to Monday Night Raw here in Tulsa. The lowest crowd attendance for Monday Night Raw in the history of Monday Night Raw.
Because of the Omicron surge, which I think you got already.
Yeah, I already got that.
Yeah.
Not just that, it is literally because the product just really sucks.
Oh, yeah, okay.
You don't have a John Cena anymore. Brock Lesnar didn't even show up, and he's their champion.
Well, what are you gonna do?
I mean, it was bad. If they would have advertised Brock Lesnar, I bet you they would have sold another 1,000 tickets easily.
Mm. Well, I don't really have much going on. I'm going to Denver tomorrow. We's getting a tattoo there. And we found today that I can't be in the parlor, so I'll be probably just stuck in the Airbnb, or I'll be like trying to go to record stores.
Wait a minute. So how many hours is your wife getting the tattoo?
I think 3 or 4.
Okay, so you just got to hang out for 4 hours in downtown
We'll be
Denver.
in Wheatland,
Wheatland.
We'll be in Wheatland, which is away from Denver, about 30 minutes away from Denver. So I can
south or east or west, or what are we talking?
I don't fucking know. Like I just know it's Wheatland, Colorado, and
Isn't that the guy from Jackass?
What?
Wee Man. Isn't
That's
that the guy from Jackass?
Wheatland. So
Wheatland.
Yeah. So
okay.
I've been
Okay,
to.
so
I
let's see, where's
have a buddy who is from Colorado, so I'm gonna hit him up in a few minutes and tell him what I should do. But I can kill 4 hours. It's gonna be easy.
You know what you can do? You can get high like Colorado.
We're seeing the Airbnb. I'm not sure the policy on that.
Are you gonna get high like Colorado?
I know the song.
On my team, but I know. And then getting there tomorrow. I'm getting high like Colorado.
Don't hump the air like you just did again.
Did you not like that? I thought it was good.
But yeah, we're going to Colorado, and I guess I'll talk about it next Thursday.
Do you not like that song? Is that not one of your favorite
It's okay
songs?
It's okay song. I'm not
It's a great song, dude. I just thought, since it's like a hipster song, you'd like it.
Can you help me out with what's going on with SoundCloud rappers and face tattoos?
What? I have no idea.
You know what I'm talking about, though, right? Like if there's a SoundCloud rapper it's almost guaranteed to have a face tattoo, and I don't understand it. Me, I'm just old, man. Me, I'm just fucking old now. I'm not cool anymore.
I think you're old. Yeah,
that's true. But you know what's not old?
Your face.
The Lost Daughter. Maggie Gyllenhaal.
No, it's pretty old. It's for the old people.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's for definitely old white people. But Maggie Gyllenhaal directed it. She wrote it, adapted by a novel by Elena Ferrante. This stars the amazing, great Olivia Colman.
I just wanted to give you the annulment forms and sort out the annulment.
Yeah, she plays Lita. Young Lita is played by the beautiful, wonderful Jessie Buckley.
I'd like to make a toast.
Nina is played by Dakota Johnson.
Of all the songs about California, this is not the one that I would pick.
And Lyle is played by Ed Harris.
You know why you exist, Eddie? The world out there. The one you'll never see.
Also, this also stars Peter Sarsgaard. Love Peter Sarsgaard. It's Professor Hardy.
Dude, if they have the last name Skarsgård.
Well, it's Sarsgaard.
Like,
if it's Skarsgård or Sarsgaard, you're just like, yeah, let's obviously.
Yeah.
SARS or Scars, you're good.
If SARS is Scars, it's Skarsgård. It doesn't matter if it's Alexander Skarsgård or if it's Bill Skarsgård, or Skarsgård here, or if it's
also
Skarsgård, even William Skarsgård.
This also stars
as long as it's a Skarsgård, there's a Sarsgaard. It's awesome good.
Also stars Paul Mescal as Will, Damara Dodnick as Callie, Robin Elwell as Bianca, Jack Farthing as Joe. Why don't you go ahead and read this? Yeah, I know. Why don't you go read the story on this one?
Oh my gosh, the storyline's as long as this movie.
Yeah. It's not that long. It's like less than 2 hours.
This literally has to tell everything that goes on in this movie.
Okay.
I mean, it's a paragraph, but let's see.
Okay.
Lita is a middle-aged divorcee devoted to her work as an English teacher and to her 2 children. When her daughters leave to be with their father in Canada, Lita anticipates a period of loneliness and longing. Instead, slightly embarrassed by the sensation, she feels liberated, as if her life has become lighter, easier. She decides to take a holiday by the sea in a small coastal town in Greece. But after a few days of calm and quiet, things take a menacing turn. Lita encounters a family whose presence proves unsettling and at times even threatening. When a small, seemingly meaningless event occurs, Lita is overwhelmed by memories of the difficult, unconventional choices she made as a mother and their coincidence for herself and her family. Consequences for herself and her family. The seemingly serene tale of a woman's pleasant rediscovery of herself soon becomes the story of a vicious confrontation with an unsettled past. No, that totally makes it sound way better than what the fuck it was.
Okay, this movie was super, super grim. This was a depressing as fuck movie.
After this, I don't want to be a mother. I don't want kids. I don't want.
Well, you weren't gonna have kids anyway. You won't have kids. You don't have kids anyway, though, right? Like that. That's.
But I mean, I'm just saying, what the fuck? This movie, like, it didn't have a reason for existing.
Okay, so here's what I like about the movie. Let me get what I don't like about it.
Well, Cole, tell me what you liked, because
this is not a movie to enjoy at all. But I do appreciate Maggie Gyllenhaal taking a taboo subject such as not loving your kids, or knowing like maybe your life would be better without your kids, or life like just basically because everyone in this movie is a bad person. Like you find out things about Olivia I guess Lee you don't like, which is most of it. You find out things you don't like about almost everyone, and so it's hard to root. You're just there, and and so Maggie Gyllenhaal.
There's no one to root for. Everybody's an asshole. Fuck everybody in this movie. They all need smacked across the face.
So one thing is I like the taboo subject that was broached by Maggie Gyllenhaal. She did a good job on that, but I don't think I can recommend this to anyone. It's so fucking sad. It's so fucking like it's like it's not dark in this fun spooky way like I like darkness.
Yeah,
it's just grim,
and
dude.
it's not even dark in a mysterious, like, at first, like, even the opening scene of this movie, you see Olivia Colman on the beach, bloodied up or beaten up or whatever.
What happened? Yeah, whatever happened.
Lying there.
Yeah.
And you're like, what happened? And then you watch the whole movie to realize nothing happens. The entire fucking movie, nothing, except for everybody's a dick to everybody. Everybody cheats on everybody. And everybody just wants to hate everything all the time.
It's a sad movie. It's 2 hours and 1 minute of sadness. And
sadness isn't even the like, I don't even know.
It's grim and it's hard, but everyone was great acting. There's great acting in this movie. I don't diss anyone's acting in this. I think it's all good.
No, all the acting was great. They were just nothing to say. There's nothing to say. It took me forever to even get like any quotes or anything until halfway through this movie is when they finally started.
And let me ask about that. Let me ask real quick. Is everyone in this movie insanely privileged? Like
yes,
yeah, like that whole American family that goes to Greece every year, and Olivia Colman being a professor of comparative literature in Italian, and like everyone just means this is for like older white people. Like who does this?
Yes, overprivileged white people. I feel like this had no connection to real.
Well, to you and society. I, like to like the 1% maybe, but like
maybe to 3%. We'll give 3%.
Okay, 3%. But I don't see myself spending weekends in Greece. Like it just seems like it's not you. It's just not for us. I don't
think it's for anybody.
Yeah, it's a hard movie to like, man. It really is.
I love Maggie Gyllenhaal. Before I say anything I'm about to say, I just want you guys to know I am a huge fan of her. She was,
and we can't wait for her to come on a podcast, right?
Yeah. And I love everything she's done acting wise. I think she's also done some other directing. I don't think she's done acting. I think she did
this is her directorial debut.
Okay, this is her directorial debut. Okay.
Yeah.
direction wise, I didn't know where the fucking story was. I lost it. I wanted the story.
There's not.
And I didn't get it.
Okay, there's a lot of sleeping.
There's a lot of sleeping.
A lot of lounging, and a lot of Olivia Colman just sort of staring off in the distance and having sort of flashback to when you have Jessie Buckley as young Lita over there. I want to mention that Maggie Gyllenhaal's married to Peter Sarsgaard.
Who is?
Maggie Gyllenhaal is married to Peter Sarsgaard. They had 2 kids, but that's not the point. I'm just wondering.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, still a good actor. I mean, that'd be weird to direct your husband making out with somebody.
Giant beard, like giant.
The giantest of giant beards.
Yeah. I was like, well, is this Father John Misty in this movie? But anyway, but yeah, like this movie is hard to. Like, I was thinking about it, like, if anyone asked me, how's The Lost Daughter, I'm like, you ready to spend the afternoon being depressed? Because you could do that after watching The Lost Daughter.
Yeah. Like, there is so long. It is 2 hours. It could have lost 30 minutes, and I wouldn't have cared. I get it. I get what the story was supposed to be about. It was supposed to be about, like, the loneliness of being a woman, I guess.
Loneliness of basically... No, it's sort of like what I got from is the ambivalence of having being a parent and feeling trapped that you are a parent. You know, so
yeah,
and
there we go.
Yeah, so Lost Daughter, like they don't really talk about this in movies or anything like that. Like they don't talk about people.
No, and I get that, and I get what they're trying to project in this movie. I just don't think it landed on its feet. And I know there's a lot of like, you know, Oscar buzz and award buzz.
The only thing the only reason I think I would recommend this for an Oscar is the acting, but that's it. Like, other than that, I don't see a reason. I did not like this movie.
There wasn't a part of it where I'm like, oh my God, that's worse stuff. But it wasn't. I don't remember one part in this movie that made me think that. And it's sad because I love everybody that's in this movie. So,
I mean, you and I were big fans of Olivia Colman after last year. You know, she put out two great movies last year. I mean,
oh yeah, I loved everything that she did last year. I mean, I am a big fan of Olivia Colman, not just her serious roles, but her comedic roles. I mean, Hot Fuzz.
Yeah.
She's one of my favorite characters in that, where she always makes the sexual innuendos all the time.
She's great in The Father. I mean,
yeah.
The Favorite, I really enjoyed. I don't know if we talked about that show, but The Favorite is incredible. And yeah, man, she's just great, and she's a great actress, so she's great in this. It's just I think it's a hard role to really pull off, you know, and make it interesting at the very least.
Yeah, at the very least. I mean, I'm sorry that I'm like, you know, at Lost, but it's like,
who the fuck is this for?
Yeah, that's my thing, and I don't want to diss Maggie Gyllenhaal too much because I like what I saw. I just don't think it knew what it was.
I'm confused about. I mean, I'm not confused. I don't think we could have picked 2 more different movies, honestly.
No. Like this is like by any means. Well, the thing is though, the way this is advertised, and this ain't just us. This is the what I saw from reviews and stuff like that. Because again, after I watch a movie, I always go watch reviews.
Me too.
To see what other people thought, and a lot of people were fooled. But one of the things that they all came to conclusion was we all thought this was going to be like a horror movie or like a thriller. You know what I mean? Yeah. Not like a cut 'em up Jason Voorhees killer, but like a suspense thriller where, you know, somebody dies or something happens, you know, like, you know.
I do want to mention that it's well acted, well directed, but again, it's just depressing. And
it's like Requiem for a Dream.
Requiem for a Dream is better though.
yeah, it's way better. All right, let me read a few quotes and let's get to our scores. Children are a crushing responsibility. That is literally the first quote.
That's the fucking movie.
There you go. Thank you for finding her, because today people are just so fucked up. It's like a movie I saw in a language that I don't understand.
Hey,
I thought that was a good line.
Well, this is that movie.
That is this movie. I'm very uptight, and I just learned that about myself. Daddy's away, and you're taking it out on me. Oh, here's a good line. This is one of my favorite lines of the movie. I love your wet pussy. What's happening to us? And the old thing that makes sense to me, I was just born. I'm sorry. Fuck that lady. We are all mean. Attention is the rarest and purest form of generosity. I like that line.
It's a good one. Some good lines in this.
I like the jokes of their names. It makes you seem more human. Oh, you mean opposed to being godlike? Peel it like a snake. Don't let it break. We got each other and it hurts. We got each other and that's a lie for love. So let's give it a shot.
That sounds like you're reading a song. So let's give it a shot.
Oh, we're halfway there. Whoa, living on a prayer. All right.
Yeah, that was in this movie.
Yeah, it was they were singing it, so I wrote it down. Oh yeah, and one of my favorite lines: "Better watch your back, biatch."
Well,
That's it.
She said, "Bitch, that's it. That's The Lost Daughter." My score, 3.1 maybe 3.1.
2.8, man.
Damn,
I'm below you on this. I'm almost at 2.5. Like this movie, it didn't give us any ending. It didn't give us any retribution. It didn't give us anybody to go for. And this is just like a movie where you just literally hate everybody in the entire fucking movie.
Yeah. I mean, I was petting my dog the whole time. I was like, I love you, Hugo. I was like that.
It's like I was trying to pay attention to it, but man, it was just wow.
Yeah. So
wow.
Okay, so now I'm on Rotten Tomatoes. So what do you think the audience gave this one?
43.
You're close. 46.
Nice.
Yeah. Same ballpark. Now,
78.
95 for the critics. 95.
Oh, of course.
But audience here, there's actually audience consensus on this one. It says it includes great acting and some really intense moments, but overall, The Lost Daughter is dull and difficult to follow. That's the audience. Here's what the critics say.
Great.
A strikingly assured debut for head director Maggie Gyllenhaal, The Lost Daughter unites a brilliant cast in service of a daringly ambitious story. I
just feel like this is one of those movies that some like stuck up asshole is gonna come up to me and be like, "Oh, it's one of the best movies of all time," and I'll be like, "No, it wasn't," and they'll be like, "You just didn't get it. You just didn't get it. You didn't understand
You're too dumb to get it. You're not a woman." Be like, neither you. You know, like
you don't know me.
Yeah.
You don't know me.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Awesome.
All right, let's jump away from that because I don't want to talk about. I like Maggie Gyllenhaal, and I really want her to work well as director. I think she did great directing it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to her next movie. Honestly.
I just don't think the writing part. She needed a ghostwriter or something.
No, I don't think it was that. I think it was just the story itself was just kind of meh.
like I said, I think I got a better description of the movie from that paragraph I just read than I did the actual movie itself. So it is what it is.
All right.
All right, hit that music, man. Let's do the news.
Yeah, let's do what we can in news. I know it's been 3 days. So.
No. I got plenty.
Okay,
I got plenty.
Okay.
I did some searching. This is the movies that don't suck and some that do new. So I'm going to tell Chris stories as he touches himself in an unpure way outside of the camera.
All right, man. What's going on?
All right. The Kingsman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw it. You had COVID, so you didn't get to see it, but
yeah. Well, I can see it in like literally 30 days.
Oh, is that when it's coming to streaming?
The Kingsman and Nightmare Alley will both hit streaming platforms on February 18th.
Nice. So we can talk about that then. Right?
Yeah, I'll watch it then, I guess. Yeah. Nightmare Alley is going to be both on HBO and Hulu, and The Kingsman is going to be released with all of the Kingsman movies, so you can watch all of them
on HBO Max.
You know, the service, you know, the Secret Service and the Golden Circle.
Yeah, actually, I feel bad because I actually seen Golden Circle.
Oh, the Golden Circle! It's not the original, but
I heard it's okay. I heard
it's good.
What I heard is
it's got some good laughs.
I heard that people are like, yeah, there's no church scene, so that's what people were saying.
So, the biggest movie debut on Disney Plus just happened this past week.
And I didn't watch it. What is it?
The Eternals.
Oh, okay, I did.
Is now the biggest released movie ever on Disney Plus. It reached over 2 million U.S. households watched The Eternals within the first 3 days of its release.
It was, I mean, we saw it in theaters, so, I mean, it may have had to do with the pandemic. People were like, oh, I really want to see this movie, but I guess I'll wait till it comes to Disney Plus. So.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly the way it is. I mean, it's not like, you know, there's not like 105 million things coming out every week on every platform. I still haven't seen today's episode of Boba Fett, and I haven't seen, and then tomorrow, if I don't, and then on top of that, I got wrestling. I also got to catch up because AEW is on right now as we're talking.
Sorry, pal.
And then on top of that, then tomorrow, Peacemaker comes out with its newest episode, which is freaking ridiculous. And at the same time, just like you, I'm finishing up season 2 of Daredevil. I'm on episode 11 right now.
Okay.
So, like, I don't know, I'm redoing Daredevil. But was there not enough content in the world? I don't know. Let's talk about one of the best TV shows of all time. Star Trek. Yes.
Oh, yeah, Picard's come back, right?
Not only that, Paramount Plus is going all in on everything they have Star Trek right now. Star Trek Discovery has just been renewed for another season. It's returning for season 4. It has just now been renewed for season 5. Star Trek Picard releases season 2 releases on March 30th, and they announced that they are already in production of season 3.
Star Trek is it Picard? Star Trek Picard?
Yeah, there's a show called Star Trek Picard.
Yeah,
Have you not watched it?
Yeah, I mean, I know about it.
Yeah, it's really good. It's Patrick Stewart. It's a show led by Patrick Stewart. When does he not do good? Star Trek Strange New Worlds is getting a season that hasn't even come out yet, and they already have a season 2 planned, and that's the one that's going to be based on Captain Pike, Kirk's dad. Lower Decks, their animated show, is getting 2 more seasons already. And then they got Star Trek Prodigy, which is got season 1 comes out Thursday, February 3rd, already renewed for season 2.
So what about the next Chris Pine Star Trek movie? Is that happening?
I'm sure that's in the works, but that was not part of this list. This is just all the stuff because CBS owns it.
Yeah.
Remember Bong Joon-ho?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
The director of Parasite.
And Snowpiercer, right?
Snowpiercer, correct. Yeah. Is teaming up with Robert Pattinson for a Warner Brothers sci-fi movie. The project will be based on a novel called Mickey 7.
I'll fucking watch it.
Yeah, you know, Mickey 7 is described as Andy Weir's The Martian meets Blake Crouch's Dark Matter.
Fucking weird. I actually read Dark Matter, so.
Nice.
Yeah.
So it centers on Mickey 7, a man on an expedition to colonize the ice world Niflheim. The expendable employee takes jobs too risky for anyone else, and when he dies, he regenerates as a clone with all of his memories intact.
This kind of reminds me of Moon. With Sam Rockwell, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. That's a good comparison. I like that.
Yeah. It's like the same fucking concept. So like,
there is one thing that is not movie related that I think we should need to talk about.
We need to talk about
just half a second because I think both of us.
We just talked about Star Trek with TV shows for like a good minute.
Star Trek is awesome, and I don't ever want you to talk.
I'm not talking shit on. I'm just letting you know.
Ever. But Microsoft just acquired Blizzard.
Yeah.
For $68 million. What do you think about that? Because you're a big.
It's Activision, but it's like Activision, Blizzard, a bunch of other places. I don't really care that much. It's just that Microsoft also acquired Bethesda. So like Fallout and all those Skyrim movies. So Skyrim stuff's gonna be an Xbox X, the Series S or whatever. And so I know that everyone wants a PlayStation right now, but I think in about a couple years, all those exclusive games that people want that are going to come out on the Xbox, that's just going to be people are going to start buying the Xbox. I mean, that's how I feel about it. I mean, unless Naughty Dog decides to put out something now, like around that time, I just don't see that people. I think that a lot of people are going to get rid of the PS5 and get an Xbox Series S, or just go out and buy it. My brother, he went out and just bought an Xbox Series S, but you could like the day after Christmas, but you couldn't find a PS5 fucking anywhere. So,
damn. Yeah, no, you couldn't.
No.
I looked. So remember, I said people were looking for Pete Davidson to be the host. There's two other names for the Oscar hosts that have been thrown out there.
Like who?
One being Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Okay.
And the other being Tom Holland.
I'm fine with Pete Davidson personally. Like, I just I'm just.
You're like, I'm fine with Pete Davidson.
Yeah, we don't need anyone else. I don't really care about having The Rock on there. I mean, The Rock's fine.
Dude, The Rock is hilarious.
I'm sure he's great.
I think he would be great. So I don't know which one of those I would prefer, but I mean either one of them, right?
But Tom Holland's just so charming. He's just,
right.
But he still looks like he's 13 years old. So,
all right. So director Mark Forrester, who did Monsters Ball and World War Z, is starting a new movie with Tom Hanks as the lead, and Tom Hanks is during the cast called A Man Called Ove. A Man Called Ove is a novel based by Fredrik Beckman, which adapted a 2015 Swedish comedy film for the same name. It basically looks like it is the story said to be a life-affirming comedy and centers on a cranky retired man, Ove, who strikes up an unlikely friendship with his boisterous new neighbors.
Okay. All right.
It's Tom Hanks. I mean,
we're not going
I'm going to see it.
Yeah,
I'm going to see it.
Yeah.
Were you a big fan of the? Oh, go ahead. Were you a big fan of like Tom Hanks, like all of Tom Hanks slapstick comedy, or are you more of a Tom Hanks drama guy?
I mean, he's funny. I mean, as a person, but like when it comes to liking Tom Hanks, his acting to me is just phenomenal, no matter what he does. But I'm hoping he doesn't come out like a Mordecai. You know what I mean?
I feel like you just totally sidestepped my question.
Do I like Tom Hanks? Do I like Tom Hanks? I like his drama. I like
Flash, Man with the Red Shoe. Do you like Big? Or are you more of the Forrest Gump, Saving Private Ryan?
I'm more a fan of his dramatic acting.
Dramatic acting.
Yeah.
See,
He's funny.
I don't
He's
know.
also very funny though.
Yeah, man, because I'm a real big, because I grew up with him as a comedy.
Yeah.
You know,
Boys and Buddies and all
Bachelor
that.
Party, freaking, oh man,
Splash.
You know, I don't know. Yeah, I have to go with this comedy stuff back when I was a kid. Do you remember a show named Chuck?
You remember a show named Chuck? You talk about constantly. So
Yeah.
so Zachary
Guess
Levi
what's being made into a movie?
is Zachary Levi gonna play Chuck in it?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Zachary Levi has been working hard to get a Chuck movie made, and it seems like he is now making major progress because of all the movies he's been in, all the favors he's done for so many studios and stuff. Finally, someone said, "You know what? Let's give you some money to make the Chuck movie."
So is he Shazam or Chuck to you?
He's Chuck, dude. He's always going to be Chuck.
Okay.
I mean, he gave me 5 years of Chuck.
Real quick, are you about to talk about are you going to talk about Danny Radcliffe soon?
No, none of your business. Why do you always jump the gun on stuff and try to ruin stuff?
Sorry, I
bro?
don't ruin anything. We'll get to it.
Yeah. But anyway, Jensen Ackles is actively developing a project with Warner Brothers. And he won't tell us what it is.
So he's like, "Oh, we're doing something. That's it."
Yeah, if you don't know who Jensen Ackles is, he's one of the brothers from Supernatural, one of the longest running paranormal TV shows of all time.
I wonder what movie he's developing. I could not possibly
I don't know because he's done voices for Batman Under the Red Hood, The Long Night, The Long Halloween. He's done. I mean, he's done.
Do you not think it's a
voice work.
supernatural movie?
No, I don't.
Okay. All right, fine.
He said, and he revealed it on Inside Out.
Okay.
Talking to Michael Rosenbaum.
Oh, that guy. That you're talking about Michael Rosenbaum. He's don't tell me. He is Lex Luthor in Smallville, right?
Correct. Way to go.
Thanks, Bill.
And he likes to get inside of you. If you haven't checked out Inside of You with Michael Rosenbaum, guys, it's a great podcast. All right, and last but not least,
I teased it, right?
You're such a dick. Why do you do that stuff? I hate when you do stuff like that. The wizard with the lightning bolt on his head is now going to become the weirdo with the accordion in his hands. Daniel Radcliffe is playing Weird Al Yankovic in a biopic for Roku. What the fuck is going on in the world? What is going on in this world?
Did you like UHF? You like UHF?
Dude, did I like shut the fuck up? I own his 2 original pressed vinyl albums that you can't find anywhere. I've seen Weird Al over 17 times.
He's so good live. He's so fun. He's so funny.
Oh my god. All right.
Can I read Weird Al's quote about this real quick?
Yeah, go for it.
When my last movie UHF came out in 1989, I made a solemn vow to my fans that I would release a major motion picture every 33 years like clockwork. If I ever see it, we're on schedule. And I'm absolutely thrilled that Dan Radcliffe will portray me in the film. I have no doubt whatsoever this is the role future generations will remember him for.
One of my favorite parody movies of all time, UHF, man.
You guys gotta go see that. If you haven't
Don't
seen
change that dial. Stick around for a while. We got it all on UHF. UHF. Like, what was, coming this fall, one man trying to make sure that books are returned on time. I'm sorry, sir. This book's a little late. Oh. Do you know if you have any books on philosophy? Don't you know the Dewey Decimal System? Yes, this fall, Conan the Librarian. Oh my gosh!
If you guys haven't seen UHF, go ahead and try to find it. I mean, it's great. It's funny. It's really funny.
Yeah. UHF, guys. It's believe me. It's more. I mean,
it's 89.
I guess it does. It does parody enough popular stuff from that decade that most of it you'll get. But it does parody a lot of, today we're going to spin on wheel of fish.
1989. So, like, I mean, keep in mind, 33 years ago, but UHF was a fun movie. And the Weird Al's funny as fuck.
And I can't wait to see anything that has to do with Weird Al Yankovic and Daniel Radcliffe. I mean, it's Weird Al. Weird Al's coming to town here in like a couple months.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to see him again?
I don't know if I have the money. I got WrestleMania.
Sure.
There's some concert now in Las Vegas that we're thinking about going to.
You guys know While We're Young, really?
I'm thinking about it. Yeah, those are all the bands my wife grew up with.
They're all the bands I grew up with too, man. I went there and I was like, man, this is like 15-year-old Chris's dream. Like when I saw it, So,
I know. Like, there's a lot of bands. Like, I was like in my early 20s, and there's a lot of bands on there, like Taking Back Sunday, Black Thursday.
Black Thursday. Dude, you have no clue how big of a Thursday fan I am. You really have no clue how big of a Thursday fan.
What?
I'm a giant Thursday fan. You don't know this.
But Thursday's freaking awesome.
I
And
fucking love Thursday.
Awesome Kitty was on there, and I'm a huge. I was a
Kitty.
huge
Yeah, I was like,
fan.
this still around?
And I was like, Avril Lavigne, like
Bright Eyes will be
Romance.
Dude,
I mean, those are
the fucking Bright Eyes will be there. AFI will be there. The Used will be there. I was a big fan of Dashboard Confessional.
There's a couple of years I was like married, and I was like, it was like there's a couple of years I was like married at that point to this girl that was not the girl for me, and like she changed like kind of who I was at the time. And right when after I got divorced and went back into my gothic, like emo like phase, that's right when all these bands came out.
Dude,
and it just so happened that I was working with bands in Chicago.
I'm excited. I'd be excited to see
a lot of these bands. Hathorne Heights. I'm trying to think of half the bands. All American Rejects.
Glassjaw's there, man.
All the bands that,
I love Glassjaw, dude. I love.
But it'll be so difficult about that concert.
Let's figure out who to see.
The worst thing it's 3 stages amongst 11 hours.
I know it's a lot.
So that means you're missing some bands, dude. You're missing some bands.
I'm okay with missing some of them. Like if I did looking at the big headliners, which are My Chemical Romance, Paramore, Bring Me the Horizon, Day to Remember, Avril Lavigne, Bright Eyes, Jimmy will be My Chemical Romance, Bright Eyes, and Jimmy World. So basically, I can miss Paramore. I don't care. But
yeah, I don't care about Paramore, and I don't care. Yeah, but anyway, let's go to the last movie. The news is over.
Yeah, we need to go off on a 5-minute tangent about emo bands you used to listen to.
Emo band. Yeah. We're gonna have to start. We're gonna have to start a whole different podcast called Emo Bands that we used to listen to, and we'll just like do a whole episode on a single band.
Emo bands and emo kids talking about emo bands. Yep.
And concerts I went to, and I could tell you about stories. But anyway, come on, hit that move. Move.
Okay.
That was MTDS Podcast Movie News. I talked about a bunch of stuff. We had good times, and then somehow we ended up talking about being emo again.
Dude, I was a sad teenager. All that shit meant a lot to me. So.
Yeah, I totally get it.
Speaking of teenager, how old were you when the first Scream came out?
That is a good question. I didn't even think about to look that up.
1996 is when it came out.
I think I was 16,
okay,
if I remember correct. Yes, I remember going to go see this because I remember the original Scream because Wes Craven, his name was all over it, and I was a huge Freddy Krueger fan.
Yeah,
and so yeah, I loaded up the car. I remember the 2 guys that were with me, and we went and watched Scream at a theater in Goshen, Indiana.
So here we are. This is Scream 2022. Directed by Matt Bettolini-Oplin and Tyler Gillette. They directed Ready or Not. Well, they directed Ready or Not, which I really love. Ready or Not. And
who doesn't, right?
Yeah. Did a segment of the VHS, but their real big one is known as Ready or Not. Written by James Vanderbilt and Gary Busick. They have done things like I know that James Vanderbilt he wrote Murder Mystery, which is so he made the most amazing Spider-Man,
Independence Day, Resurgence,
and also Zodiac, which I like Zodiac, directed by David Fincher.
The Amazing Spider-Man,
Yeah,
The Losers.
Both of them just getting different.
Oh, The Rundown. He did The Rundown.
I remember The
with
Rundown,
Rock.
actually. Yeah, and Sean William Scott.
Yeah.
Yeah. And,
Dude, that was a good movie. I like that movie.
Yeah, his writing partner is also Guy Busick. They've done some stuff together. But this stars the amazing Nev Campbell, and of course, as Sidney Prescott.
It's funny. That's one of the first things I noticed about you, Sam.
Also, Courtney Cox is Gail Weathers Ridley, which we didn't talk about. We didn't get a clip for Courtney Cox.
You didn't grab a clip. You didn't get a clip for it. I don't know.
I thought about it, man. I thought about it. I was like, Neil knows better.
It's my fault. I totally forgot.
You guys know Courtney Cox? She's Monica Geller from Friends, right?
Mm-hmm. That's the reason. Because all her clips were Friends, and I didn't want to grab a Friends clip because I knew NBC would shut our ass down.
There's Baz Metallica when it comes to that sort of thing.
Yeah, they are.
Okay,
Yeah, they are.
David Arquette as Dewey Riley.
This is just so weird. I mean, the other day, what was it, 3?
That's wrong.
I know how this is gonna sound, but you have to believe me. I swear it's the truth. Our town is being attacked by giant spiders.
Yeah, Melissa Beria as Sam Carpenter.
You owe me a bottle of cold champagne.
And Marley Shelton as Deputy Judy Hicks, Gina Ortega as Tara Carpenter, Jack Quaid as Richie Kirsch.
I know.
This is just so weird. I mean, the other day, what was it, 3 days ago? Mm-hmm. You seemed so normal.
And Jasmine Savoy Brown.
Can you not hit the right buttons today? Are you having problems? I'm
not even. Did
you
close.
not label the buttons this time?
I did. It's just that, like, I don't know. I'm just.
Are you drunk?
No, I'm not even drunk, dude. Not even close. Jasmine Savoy Brown, Sonia Amar, Mickey Madison as Amber. Why don't you read the one sentence storyline in this movie?
There's a storyline?
Yeah. Just
Wow.
one sentence.
All right. 25 years after the original series of murders in Woodsboro, a new ghost face emerges, and Sidney Prescott must return to uncover the truth.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. So this movie, I have a few problems with it. I like.
You have problems with it.
I have problems with Scream.
Okay.
But I'll let you go first. I'll let you go first, though. I'll let you go first because this is something
I
I
want to
think.
hear your problems with it.
Huh?
I want to hear your problems.
Okay, I'll pull up. 1 second. I have my phone. And I wrote down non-spoilery things I disliked about this movie because Neil doesn't want to talk about spoilers, so I'm just gonna go ahead and say. So this movie comes in and it thinks it's so clever, right? This movie
is clever.
This movie is less clever than it thinks it is. This movie is a bunch of memory berries. It's meta faux cleverness ends up being exactly what it says it wasn't, but that was probably intentional, or was it? See,
Yes,
any inconsistency in the plot or narrative can be explained by saying it was intentional. I'm not convinced, dude. To me, it felt.
I'm very convinced.
There are parts that are soulless to me, and in the plot in the third act, there's almost no plot, almost none. Like say you can do it in 3 words. What's happening in the last third act of this movie? It's a cool idea. There's a bunch of cool ideas in this movie, but I don't. But the idea, you can only do so much with an idea without helping the movie. Any Scream diehard fans gonna like this, and it's gonna make it impossible for it to be critically honest when it comes to this. If you're a Scream diehard fan, because it's gonna have those things you loved as a person who grew up or loved Scream growing up, because you're a diehard fan. Not saying there wasn't fun shit in this movie, because there is fun shit. There's great gore. It doesn't rely solely on the memories, even though you can go, oh, I remember that. Oh, I remember that. Oh, I remember that. But the idea that this is, the idea that it's ambiguous what it is, I think that that way they can say, well, that doesn't make sense, but that's because it's this movie. And you go, what about the other one? That made sense as intentional. I think that they're putting things in here that that any inconsistency or problem you have with the movie, be like, well, it was supposed to be that way, and that way you can't be like, oh, I guess that's because and this is something that's a little. So they talked about elevated horror films. They listed 3 movies I love. Right? They listed. They listed. It Follows. They listed Hereditary. They listed. And they listed The Witch. They listed The Witch, and also the Babadook.
Yes, and Babadook.
Yeah, those movies are better than this movie. But that's
no.
Hold on.
They said they were elevated horror movies.
Yeah, exactly. And Scream knows what it is. But this whole movie, they're trying to make you believe something else, and that's the problem with it.
No. They never once said that they were an elevated horror.
I know, but they're saying there's something else that they weren't, and that's why I'm saying that it's a cool idea to sort of make this sort of like, because studios know that people hate sequels or rehashes, right? And so what they're going to say, well, this isn't really a sequel. This is more of a continuance. Or they're going to say
it right in the movie that it's a reboot with original characters.
I know, but
enough new characters.
But they said this, but also that they know that if you bait the audience in by seeing it and then make fun of sequels, that's when it gets too self-aware. And that's the problem with this movie. It's too self-aware for me.
Wait, all right. Well, I'm sorry that you don't like movies, especially
things I liked about it. Things I liked about it.
Wait. You had your 17 and a half minutes. Let me get my 5 minutes in.
All right, sorry, man.
All right. So, 1, it's Scream. Scream, as soon as Scream comes on, should have 3 things. 1, 3 rules of every Scream movie.
Mm-hmm.
Not 3 rules on how to survive a Scream movie. See what I did there? See what I did there? All right. 1, it needs to make fun of the genre.
Yeah, it's a meta slash film. I know that.
Period. 2, people need to die. 3, you need to be surprised about who the killer is at the end. It has to have a good, you never saw this coming, that like when Aunt Jackie did it in one episode or one of the episodes. Aunt Jackie from Roseanne was the killer in one of them.
Real quick.
All right.
Did you know who the killers were?
I knew who the first one was at first glance, and the second one I knew about 30 minutes in.
Yeah. Okay, so like you had to pay attention because you had to see which the scenes were. You had to pay attention to what was happening and who was where and all that. Tell me, of all the characters that you saw in the previous films, who are you happiest to see again?
Oh, it's always David Arquette, man. Yeah. Anytime I see David Arquette on the screen,
you just want him to. You want him to do well, don't you? I just want David
Arquette to always do well. I love David Arquette. I think he is a great, great guy, and he has had some bad cards dealt to him.
I want to mention something real quick about David Arquette. So I used to listen to Loveline a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
When that was still on the air, and there was an episode where Dr. Drew and Adam were talking about how weird David Arquette was on air, and David Arquette was driving in his car, listening to that, and he drove down to the studio, and the security guard let him in.
Yeah, because he's David Arquette.
Yeah.
David Arquette actually, after his biography, autobiography. Movie You Can't Kill David Arquette.
Mm-hmm.
I actually tweeted him.
Oh yeah,
that I really enjoyed it, and I hope someday he could come to one of the major wrestling promotions and do just like a match.
Yeah,
and he tweeted me back.
Oh, nice.
Stated that he was really happy I enjoyed the film, and he felt like he already proved what he had to. And I was like, right on, I agree.
David, we would have had you on the podcast, pal.
Dude, if David Arquette ever hears this, dude, I would just love to hang out with the guy for like an afternoon. I don't even want him on my podcast. I can tell some of the story later and tell me what I'm not allowed to say later, and I'll be more than happy. David Arquette, call me. Anyway, but Neve Campbell, I love seeing her. She's a good actress. I mean, always been a big fan of her. And Courtney Cox, I think this is pretty much the only thing Courtney Cox has done in the last 5 years.
She's got $700 billion from being on Friends. Like, she doesn't need money. Can I mention something real quick? There's a point where she's hugging Neve Campbell, and there's a close-up of one of her hands. Like, she has like
Really,
90...
dude? Dude, really? Are you doing that?
It's just
you know how many times in The Lost Daughters there was a zoom in and I'm like, oh, she looks a little. No, come on, don't be a dick.
No,
don't be a douchebag like that.
No, it's just something that I couldn't look past when it happened. I want like, huh, like that, like audibly.
All right, but anyway, let's get to the movie itself.
Okay.
All right. So,
you went through the 3 rules.
I like. They were literally they had an attempt. It was not the best attempt. There was some parts of it that did run weird. There's one scene in particular that I yelled at the screen and I almost walked out of the movie.
Really?
I'm not going to say which one it is.
We'll talk about it as we get there. I want to hear about that.
Yeah. But I like what they attempted to do. The thing is, though,
it's not scary, man. That's the problem. It's not a scary movie. It's a thriller, right?
No, it's not that scary. And they needed to be a little more scarier. And they tried. I mean, there was one scene in particular. I'm going to say there's a kid or teenager in a kitchen.
Yeah.
And every time he opened up the door, like the music would
That was the point, though. That was the point. I think of that one.
I know exactly what the point was. But I'm just saying, like, there's just like
I want to mention: is there one policeman in this fucking city? Like,
yeah. There were several actually. There's a lot this time.
But apparently
there's a lot more police.
But apparently not in that one area where that kid was. Not at all.
No. And why is it in Woodsboro? The people that are the best friends, of each other, all live like out in the middle of fucking nowhere woods, completely the opposite directions of each other.
And why do they hate each other? I thought they were a group of friends.
So much.
They hate each other.
Oh my god, so much hatred. And that's one thing that in this movie that we can talk about. All right, so there's a scene where basically they're trying to play it off of like how the original Scream movie did.
Yeah.
We're like kids in the 90s when we were like, oh yeah, you're obviously the serial killer out of our group. You know, and then they tried to do that in here, but instead of feeling like fun, like it did back then with Matthew Lillard and Rose McGowan and Skeet Ulrich and all them, it just kind of seemed like, fuck you, I don't like you at all. You're the serial killer. You know?
Also, I want to mention this. There's a scene at a party, and these two girls go down to get a beer from the basement. Just 2 beers out of this fucking party. That's where all the beer is, and just in the downstairs fridge, and they get 1 apiece. That's what they're gonna do. Like, you're like, what the fuck? Like, that's
bring up like 8 or 9 beers, dude. Throw some beers out.
I was like, this is fucking ridiculous. Like, why is this scene exist that they get 1 beer? You bring a case up, dude. Like, what are you doing?
It's like, why? Why just bring the 1 beer?
I was like, this is ridiculous.
It just made no sense. No, I totally agree. I saw that too, and I was just like, man. All right, well, let's get some quotes on this bad boy and get our ratings on this. What's your favorite scary movie?
Oh, by the way, the voice in this one better than all the other ones, honestly.
Yeah, right. I'm around, but someone has to die now. Miss, what'd you just take? Your boner pills. Good try. Well, yeah, good try trying to get it up. This sounds like just like Halloween. No, it's not Halloween. It's not like it's okay. Well, it's somewhat like Halloween, yes. That part in horror movies where you want to yell at characters to get the fuck out, that's now. I don't have to take this from shitty Sam Elliott. I'm Sidney fucking Prescott. Of course I have a gun.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Just because he showered doesn't mean we should. Wait a minute. Just because he showered doesn't mean we should like him. Fuck anyone who fucks with the original. I caught in the middle of a fan fucking fiction movie. Oh, one part. There's a part where the guy was sitting on the bed and the Pizza Hut box was like folded inside out.
Yeah.
Did you see that? Where the Pizza Hut logo is like right there next to him. I was like, wow.
Product
placement
placement.
like that. Yeah. I love it. Every time I get attacked, I get better painkillers. High? I'm not really high. Okay, yeah, I'm really high right now. Oh, cool. We'll go there. Yeah, what's your address? 123. No fucking way. You said I was. Oh, no. You said I was too dumb and boring to be the killer. Well, maybe that's the twist. Well, how can fandom be so toxic when it's based on something they love so much? Yeah, I'm going to end with that one.
Yeah, so
I thought that was a great. I
gave my score. You go first. Now it's your score. You go first. Time to go first. Score.
This is a 4.9 out of 5.
Give me your real score.
It's Scream 5. I'm trying to give it a 5. Anyway, no. It's a 3.8. And they tried. There's parts in it that just didn't come together as well as Scream 1 or 3. Not 2 and 4. Don't talk about those. I mean, they had some new ideas in there and stuff like that. But there's one scene in particular that really pissed me off. And I will never live it down.
Yeah.
And I will be sad for the rest of my life because of it. But yeah, I'm gonna go 3.8. What's yours?
So, if this was right when I saw it on Monday after I saw it, this would have gotten a 3 from me. But I've softened up a bit on this one. It's like a 3.3, 3.4 when it comes to this one. So, you know, like I still have my issues with it, but I understand that I keep thinking about some of the kill scenes in this that were pretty cool. You know, but yeah, it's Scream 5. It's Scream. This is not as good as the remake of Halloween, the reboot of that, the requel of Halloween.
Yeah.
It's
what other recalls have there been?
There's been
we saw other ones.
There are other ones, right? I forget what they are though.
Yeah, we've seen other ones, right?
Yeah. You looking at recall right now? I guess Star Wars.
Yeah.
I mean, Star Wars coming back. That's a recall.
Well, I mean, yeah, horror. I mean, Last Jedi?
Yeah.
Then It.
Oh yeah, it did, but it wasn't a requel.
That was like
a remake.
Yeah, that's more of a remake.
They spring requels in this, but yeah, it's strange to bring this back after 2011 Scream 4, and I mean Jamie Kenney's not anymore, so like we're having
Candyman.
That is a requel, isn't it?
Candyman was a requel.
Yeah, it was.
I knew there's other ones, but man, it's just like I understand that this is always supposed to be the series.
All right, man. Well, I
knew it was supposed to be a series that is supposed to be mocking it.
Yeah.
but it's just like it was good, but it didn't knock it out of the fucking park.
You ready to did you guess the score on Rotten Tomatoes?
Yeah, what's the score for the audience is going to be 76%.
83%.
Ooh, higher than mine.
Yeah. Now the critics score on this one. Yeah, take that, dude.
I'm gonna have to say it's got to be lower. It's got to be 68.
75%.
Wow, I didn't take that.
Not quite certified fresh, but almost. The critics' consensus is the fifth screen finds the franchise working harder than ever to maintain its meta edge and succeeds surprisingly often. So that's Scream, or 5, just Scream. We'll call it Scream 2022, right? That's what we call it.
Scream 5.
You can't do that, right?
Oh, wait a minute. This just got released while we were on the air. Are you ready for this?
Oh, sure.
Batman the Animated Series is being redone for HBO Max.
Is your boy in it, though?
I mean, he's a man and he's old now, but I don't know. That's all it says. I didn't read it.
Okay, you will read it though, and you're gonna wait patiently like a little boy in front of your Christmas tree when he opens this when that comes out. But yeah, man, that's Scream. Yeah, I mean, you know, Kevin Conroy's in it, do you?
Who cares? I'm sure he's Kevin Conroy.
He's your Batman. So
he's everyone's Batman.
All right, man. You can find us online, moviesonstuck.net. We're on Facebook, facebook.com/moviesonstuck podcast. Well, hold on, real quick. What do we see next week?
I don't know. You haven't told me yet.
We haven't figured it out yet, have we? This is the slowest part of the year for movies. I really mentioned Neil. I was like, hey man, we're kind of low on until like February starts, though, because there's gonna be a few things in February you definitely want to see, but I don't know what's coming out this coming week. Do you?
Your face. Your face is coming out.
Maybe.
I'm gonna get your face and I'm gonna touch it and I'm gonna kick it right in the face.
We'll figure it out.
With the face. Hey. Why do you gotta just jump the gun on everything, dude?
Sorry,
why do you gotta be like so negative about stuff?
I do all the time.
Why can't sometimes you just let things happen and you know let it go? I mean, oh God, there really is nothing coming out this week.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was stalling that whole time, guys, just so I could look. There is nothing.
We'll figure it. I mean,
nothing.
When does Serrano come out? When does Serrano come out?
February.
Along with Sonic and a couple other things that we want to see. Yeah, all right. Well, I guess we'll.
Yeah, but I mean, like, we'll figure that out. We'll figure out movies.
I guess, man.
That don't suck. Probably The Kingsman. I could probably go see that and make it. I have no idea.
Yeah, it's hard. We'll figure it out. I checked. We'll
touch each other in a weird way.
Yeah. You can visit online with moviesonstuck.net. We're on Facebook at facebook.com/moviesonstuck. We're on Twitter at NMTS Podcast. We're on Instagram at NMTS Podcast. If you guys want shirts, go to bonfire.com, search Movies Don't Suck and something to do. You can buy shirts with their logo or faces or whatever you want on it. There's also some stuff Neil put on there that has to do with Tulsa or wrestling or drinking or doing blow.
All the above. I make stuff.
Patreon.com/moviesdon'tsuck. If you want to give us a few monies to help pay for the web hosting on this thing, and the restream. Also, if anyone actually tries that, we'll provide extra content for you, especially for you. And I think we're all streaming platforms and we're all places to find podcasts. You find Movies Don't Suck and something they do. That's it. What do we do for
Let's go.
Small businesses? What do you do for them?
Small businesses. Are you small businesses would like to advertise for you? Just give us your information, send us your information, email us or DM us, and we'll be more than happy to help you out for free.
Info at moviesdon'tsuck.net or moviesdon'tsuckpodcast@gmail.com if you want to do the old fashioned way you get a hold of us. Yeah. You ready?
Ready? Let's get out of here. That's another episode of Movies Don't Suck and Something to Do. My name is Neil.
And I'm Chris.
And remember, anytime you're sitting around and you're just smacking yourself in the face because you forgot about your daughter, just scream!